Alrighty, so what was your reaction to the news about Fox and his finger?
I mean, she don't want anybody ever to get hurt, and so, it's sad, disappointment, however you want to call it. But at the end of the day, I mean, we got to keep moving forward.
How do you approach the game plan for tomorrow? Because he said he's planned. Do you have to have contingencies if he doesn't or if he's not 100%?
I mean, we've been in a situation throughout the course of the year. He didn't play all 82, and no secret if he doesn't play, Davion to start, and we'll have to figure it out from there. But it is what it is. Injuries are part of it. You got to do what you can to deal with them as best you can. But the next guy has to be ready to step up in case something does happen.
Where's your level of confidence or certainty that he will be able to play tomorrow? He seems pretty sure of it.
I'm pretty good at being pretty even keeled and just waiting to see what happens. So I don't think much about it because I can think about it as long as I want to, and it ain't gonna change.
Well, what will the process be for making that decision tomorrow?
Oh, it's got to be me agreeing for him to play, him agreeing to play, our medical staff agreeing to play, and then our team doctors doing the same thing. So it's a joint deal. It's not just him making it. It's not just me making it. We all have to be on the same page with it, like how it's been all season.
Is it premature for him to be saying at this point that he believes he's going to go?
No, because the key word is what would you just say?
Believes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's not saying I'm going and I'm gonna play 40 minutes. He's going to try to give it a go. And so I think that's what you just go with at the end of the day, and you see what happens.
Mike, you had to err on the side of caution with injuries earlier in the
I'm
season.
sorry.
You had to err on the side of caution
Yeah.
sometimes with injuries earlier in the season, less meaningful games, if you want to call them that, obviously, with playoffs. Did that change things in your mind as well when it comes to even yourself letting a player go or listening to them more than maybe what it would be in the regular season?
Yeah, for sure. During the regular season, obviously, sometimes you even sit a guy because you're like, you know what, this is a great time. He's injured, but this is a great time for him to try to heal up a little bit from being banged up and also to get some rest, and then on top of that, sometimes it's like, okay, I want to see if this young guy can step up or if this guy can step up as a starter too, and what the trickle-down effect, because if somebody else starts, that means somebody else got to play as a backup. So there's a lot that you're willing to see in the regular season. And it's a little different in playoffs. And I mean, shoot, look at Steph. I mean, he played 43 minutes in a 48-minute game, whatever he played. That's not happening during the regular season. And they're not going to chase a win like that. But you do certain things during the playoffs to try to get the win.
If De'Aaron is limited, how much more important does it become to get Domas back at his typical sort of field goal percentage?
I don't know what he's shooting from the field, but whether De'Aaron plays or not, all of our guys, including Domas, I mean, it'd be great to have them play at a high level. HB's not shooting the ball well. Kevin's not shooting the ball well. Keegan's not shooting the ball well, except for the last game. So this is the playoffs. You got to be able to adjust and adapt to whatever's in front of you. And I mean, whether Foxy plays or not, we all have to play better. That's how I look at it.
Mike, after reviewing the film and thinking about the game, did you have any regrets about calling that timeout before the last possession?
Initially, I did, because you always second guess yourself. But the reason why I didn't, and I don't, especially after watching the film, I don't know if you guys recall how bad we were in transition in the fourth quarter. Not just missing shots at the rim or taking crazy shots at the rim. So that was one thing that went through my mind. Also the turnovers that we had in transition. There's a second thing that went through my mind. And then when I saw Keegan get the rebound, it's a little different. Like if Foxy got the rebound and he starts to go, maybe I pull back. But if you go, what really made me 100% okay with taking it is, as bad as we were in transition in the fourth, was if you go back and you watch the film, when Foxy got it and he was ahead of the pack, all the rest of our guys were behind him. So it would have been a 1-on-4 situation, and who knows what would have happened, in that situation. But I know I did not have the confidence in our group when Keegan got the rebound, especially the way we played in the fourth quarter in transition, to let it go. 9 times out of 10, I'd let it go. just because you don't want the defense to have a chance to get set. Having said that, I mean, I don't know if we could have gotten a better look in that situation.
Mike, did you have a conversation with Harrison just about, these things happen and, showing some love after a tough miss?
No, he's a veteran. He doesn't need that. I'm sure his wife probably did, or his family did, but he doesn't need that. And that's not why we lost the game. I mean, if you guys rewatch that game and you just watch us in transition in the fourth quarter alone, okay, and then you see how many times we gapped Clay and Steph in the fourth quarter and they hit a three to make us. That's where we lost the game, if you're trying to pinpoint it specifically. Also in the third quarter, we gave up 8 second chance points. We gave up 3 the rest of the game, but in the third quarter we gave up 8 second chance points, and they also had nine free throw attempts. So you do a better job in those areas, because in my opinion they're kind of self-inflicted. You got to box out. We didn't do a good job boxing out in the third quarter, and they made us pay. We reached a lot in the third quarter, and not where you're chucking a cutter, but where you're reaching or doing something that you shouldn't be doing, and they're getting to the free throw 9 times. In the fourth quarter, you're throwing the ball away, or we're not spaced right, and we're trying to thread the needle to make a pass, especially when you got a guy like Draymond sitting down there who plays 2 people better than anybody in this league, and the simple single is right in front of you. I mean, you talk about you gap Clay and Steph with 3 and 5 minutes to go, and they hit big threes. You talk about those things, and it's a 1-point game at the end of the day. So we have to be sharper for a longer period of time if we expect to beat the defending champs.
I know you mentioned one of the transition issues after postgame was kind of going up looking for calls. But did you feel like there was anything else that you needed to clean up in transition?
Turnovers. Yeah, because our spacing wasn't great. There was 2 or 3 times where we cut and the ball's getting driven. So if you think about this, if you're cutting to the rim and the ball's getting driven and there's one guy back there, do you think you can make that pass all the time? It's going to be tough especially if Draymond's sitting back there and or Loon. You're pretty good in that situation. If in transition you're driving the ball and you stay spaced and there's one guy back there, can you make that pass? Yeah, you can. And now you got to live or die with an open 3. At the end of the day, that's a great shot, especially for us. I don't care what our percentage is. If we're going to go out that way, we're going out that way. But we're going to keep playing fast and we're going to keep taking open 3s, but our spacing has to be better. So the turnovers and driving to the rim and jumping in the air, trying to get body contact and ask for a call, that's what I equate to. I said this before. These guys are the champions. You're not going to be able to score a decision against the champions. And when you drive into somebody's body and you look for that contact, you're trying to get a decision. You're putting the win or loss in the referee's hands. We ain't winning that. So we got to knock them out, which means we got to play the right way. If you're going to go to drive it, you better frickin' dunk it. And now if you miss a dunk and they don't get fouled, that's one thing. Otherwise, space, and if they want to collapse like that, let that thing fly from the 3-point line.
Coach Brown, I have to ask you, Clay the other day, he said some pretty significant things about playing in the backcourt with Seth. They've been a generational backcourt for many, many years, and you've been there, and you see, how they operate. Just want to get your thoughts about, their play on the court and off the court. You can share any intel.
No, he's right. They changed the game with the way they play. I mean, everybody's trying to copycat them and imitate those guys. They've been doing it since for now probably 8, 10 years now. And the cool part about it is just as special as they are on the court, they're special as human beings too. So I mean, he's 100% right with whatever he says about them on the court and or off the court.
How do you strike the balance of, what you're talking about with transition, wanting to be smart, make the right decisions, but also obviously you're telling a young team, like, go, 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 go at all times. Like how, especially in a playoff environment, how difficult is that for them to go fast at all times, but also make the right?
Like I told him during film, I could sit up here and talk about it, but they got to feel it and go through it and try to figure it out. It ain't easy, but the playoffs against the defending champions, that ain't supposed to be easy. And I promise you this, Slade, if we say slow it down, we will get hammered if we try to play a walk it up, executing a game against these guys. We got to run, because that's what our strength is. And we're going to get better as we go along, and we're going to grow, win or lose during this situation.
Mike, just how encouraging is it that you're one little bit of a miss off of being up 3-1 in the series?
Hey, it's really encouraging from the standpoint, again, you guys are freaking champions. They've been through it. This is our first time trying to figure out how to get past the first round. And again, we may have had guys in the playoffs, but at what level and at what impact did they make to help their team get to the second round? Not only that, we're going against, like I said already, the NBA champions. So if you sit here and you ask me, how would you feel about 2-2? Yeah, I wish it was 4-0 and we were moving on. But we're 2-2. We took care of what we were supposed to at home. They took care of what they supposed to at home. Now it's a 3-game series. Let's see if we got enough to get it done.